Hello everyone, the following is a review for IST212 Exchange Server 2019. What we are going to do basically is preparing for our installation by locating two main files, the ISO file for Windows Server 2019, the installation media basically, and the Exchange data file. Both of them hopefully will be available during the exam. Otherwise, we will have USB flash drives with both files just in case. Afterwards, we're going to install Windows Server 2019. We're going to configure some basic settings after the installation. We're going to install uh, some additional roles and features required for Exchange Server. And last but not least, we're going to attach the installation media for Exchange Server, which is called Exchange Data .vhdx, okay, or vhd, I can't remember actually. All in all, this should take you around 45 minutes total if your PC is up to standards, okay, your lab PC that is. So let's start by creating a new virtual machine. We will call it IST212-mid then use the last three numbers of your student ID. I will use 456. We will select generation 2. It's better if you set up memory above 3 GB if possible. Next, you can select any virtual switch. We will not be requiring internet access nor network connectivity for this exam. Next, just leave everything as is, no need to expand the BHD. Next, select install operating system from bootable image and then browse for anything that contains Windows Server 2019, Windows Server, sometimes Serve 2019, anything with a name that is similar to this one. Double click on the ISO file. Most likely it will be either in desktop or in documents. So check both locations if possible. Next, finish. This will create the virtual machine. Afterwards, just hit to settings. This is required in order to speed up the installation process. Increase the number of virtual processors to 6 at least. Apply. Okay. Double click the virtual machine and click on start. The moment it starts, you need to press inside the virtual machine window and then click on any button on the keyboard in order to start the installation process. Select next, install now. Let me double check something. Select desktop experience if it asks you for multiple options. Otherwise, sometimes it will just proceed with desktop experience. Doesn't matter if it's standard or data center, it's fine. Next, I accept the terms. Next, custom install. You can click next here also directly. This should start the installation process. Let's wait for it a little bit. Should not take long. Okay. So now, after the restart, it will ask you to set up the administrator username and password, basically. So the default username after installation is administrator. And for password, we will use the same password as usual, ktech@123.com with K capital. Okay, so let's set up the password. So pre-installation steps, this step we call it pre-installation, or sorry, post-installation steps or configurations. Okay, which is basically changing the PC name, disabling safe browsing, and these steps we do them for any new server. Usually, whenever you create a new server, you want to uh, make sure that your server is configured properly. So that's why we do them. The moment server manager opens up, just go to local serve and start by renaming the PC. Okay, just name it the same name that you used for the Hyper-V itself. Okay, so IST212-mid, IST212-mid-456. Click on OK, close, restart. It is important to do this step before you actually install domain name services, Active Directory domain name services. Otherwise, it will be a hectic process for you. Okay. After renaming the PC, the next step would be to configure server time, disable safe browsing. So let's go to local server again. To configure server time, just go to time zone, change date and time. Actually, I think if you just change the time zone, it should be fixed. So for us, let's just scroll down to UTC +3. Okay. Okay. So this should fix the time issue. Refresh. And then next, enhance security configuration, just turn it off for both. Okay. Refresh. This should be actually your first screenshot. Most likely this will be your first screenshot for the midterm. Okay. Where I can see the updated PC name, the changed that you have changed your server time, that you disabled enhanced security settings. If you don't see all of these, just hit on refresh so I can make sure that everything is configured correctly. Okay. Next, we need to install the following roles. So after screenshot 1, we go to tools, manage, add roles and features. Next, 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 we install Active Directory domain services, add feature, DHCP, add feature, continue, DNS, add feature, continue, and then web server, add feature, next, 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 and of course you need to configure or promote the server to a domain controller. So after installing Active Directory domain services comes the step where you need to promote server to domain controller. Okay. Again, we've been through all these steps, I think, in lab 3 already. So it should be fairly simple to do. And it's all done through the wizard. So I think it's not that complicated. Let's wait for it a little bit. When the installation is complete, it will not give you any indication. You have to actually click on close and then proceed with the other steps. The bar should reach 100% here. Only then we can know that the installation is actually done. For the domain name, it's better if we use something like IST212 and then the last three numbers of the student ID 456. So IST212-456 as our default domain. So how can we do that? After you're done with the installation, you'll see new roles added here. Just click on notifications, skip the HCP and DNS configuration. Just head directly to promote server. Again, for the domain name, let's use IST212, okay, 456, the last three number of the student ID. Of course, just make sure to select add a new forest before, and then dot local. Okay, so this should be the root domain name. Click next. For password, use the same password, which is ktech@123.com, K capital, ktech@123.com, K capital. Next, next. NetBIOS name should be automatically populated for you. You don't need to configure anything here. Next. We're almost done actually with the midterm. Next. If everything is done correctly, it should pass the verification process. You might get some warning. It's fine to ignore the warnings. You don't need to resolve everything. Just click on install and wait for it to install. Now this step, admittedly, will take a long time, okay? Not less than 15 minutes sometimes, okay? Which is the entire process of installing and restarting the server and actually getting to do the last step, which is attaching the installation media. Attaching the installation media. So basically the first screenshot should be after, I'll just mention it here. This is our first screenshot, okay? Call it screenshot one. If it prompts you to restart, you can restart automatically, or it will automatically reboot actually. So screenshot one after step 4. This of what? Server manager local server tab, okay? In addition, screenshot 2 will be from the same after installing the following services, right? And screenshot 3 will be of the my PC page. So in total, we're expecting around 3 screenshots. We will have a screenshot here actually just of the Hyper-V settings. So we'll call it screenshot 0 actually. Hyper-V settings. So in total, we're expecting 4 screenshots for the midterm. Hyper-V settings, you can get it from this page, basically. Just go to File, Settings, and take a screenshot of this page. And that should be enough, actually, to cover all the requirements of labs 1 to 4. Okay? Let's wait for it a little bit. This is the step where it will actually take the most time. Okay? Okay. Let's log in. And then if we did everything correctly, we should see the new domain configured in the local server tab. So domain should mention this, basically, whatever you've named it, and everything should be configured correctly. So this is, again, screenshot 2. Screenshot 3 would be for attaching the VHD file. To attach the VHD file, just go to settings of the Hyper-V, SCSI controller, hard drive, add. And you can do it while the virtual machine is running. There is no need to turn off the virtual machine actually. Click on browse and then look for the VHD file, which will be either on desktop or in downloads. Okay, exchange data, apply. Okay, after attaching the VHD, we need to bring it online. In order to do that, head to start menu, computer management, or if you would like, you can use tools and then computer management, whatever method you prefer. Afterwards, head to disk management. You will see that I have a VHD attached that is offline. Just right click on it and press on online. The last step or the last screenshot should be from this page. If you open File Explorer, go to this PC and just take a screenshot of this page, and that's it. This should be your last screenshot of this PC or my PC. Okay, so this is it for the midterm. It will be fairly easy again. Just make sure to be on time, please, for the midterm, and bring a USB flash drive, just in case. USB flash, at least 60 GB, okay? So this way, um, we can better prepare if we need to copy additional files or if we run out of USB flash drives. Make sure it is um, at least, I believe, 450 MB transfer rate. They call it what? USB 3.0 basically. Again, this is not really mandatory. This is optional, but recommended for whether you want to use it for this lab or other labs. Okay, so USB at least 60 GB, 450 MB transfer rate, USB 3.0, Type C, so you can use the fastest port. I think if you search all these terms, you'll find something on Excite. This is basically it, really. This is my preferred option, 300. It's dual USB, they call it, where you have Type C here and USB 3.0 on the other side. Okay, that's it for this lab or for this review. Thank you and see you in the next video.